The overlays have gotten too big, damn it. So like, where do I fit? Where do I fit in this picture? I go smaller. There we go, I barely fit. Make that work. This is gonna be a fun matchup here. Both lists, again, just very different than what you'd expect to see. And this is what makes the team league so fun and great. And this world of post AMG botchingness of X-Wing, where we get to finally have some fun, take over, and look forward to a bright future. In the meantime, we've got the team league, folks. The league for teams. Here it is. Team league. That's the team. See, you guys can read. For those of you non-captains, you'll be able to follow along. Team league. So we're very excited to get a game that features two ADAs, SL ADAs. Like, okay, you know, usually you'll get SOC Anakin, but SOC Obi, okay. You've piqued my interest. But what's really piqued my interest, guys, is how about the fact that we get not one, not two, not three, but 4 rogues. Let's go. So former Captain Jammin bringing 4 rogues and Dace Bonearm in the Hawk. So we're playing Scramble the Transmissions here for game 2 tonight, our last game. Thank you to both of these two for reaching out kind of last minute right before we started the stream and saying, hey, that empty slot for game 2, we'll fill it, we'll play it, we'll get our game in on stream. So really nice of Juan and Jammin, Mr. Ben, to be playing here on 312 tonight. We also we're booked up for Wednesday. I'm indecisive on streaming on Sunday. Just really gonna see how I feel. I'll make that decision in a few days, but might just keep it to weekdays for this week. Just to keep my mind fresh. I need to be coddled like a little child when it comes to my mental health and making sure I don't overextend myself too much. Oh, my former team USI teammate. USI? And my current teammate. That is tough, JJ. That is tough. US Island. Yes, the US Islands. I've been there many times. All right, here we go. You're starting us off. Congratulations, Jammin. You're the first player. Shout out to, actually, I don't want to spoil anything. Never mind. I wanted to spoil it, but I'm not going to. Maybe I shouldn't. This game is missing an angry Wookiee. It is. I know, Wardy, you thank you for bringing us that love and attention to Wolfwaro. Wolfwaro, baby! That's the name of the bounty. So let's break down the list here. Did I open up betting? I did remember to do so. Awesome. So for Juan, captain of J-Krewz, an all Portland-based X-Wing team for the team league. We've got Plo Koon with Brilliant Evasion, Debris Gambit, Chopper, Chopper, Choppy Chop, and CLT. He's gonna wreak havoc on these rogues. And then we've got Anakin, of course, with Bullshit. And then we've got Obi-Juan with Patience, Ancillary Ion Weapons, and R4P17. We've got Contrail, R4P, shield upgrade, of course. We've got Boost with Dedicated. And then we've got Schleider with Dedicated as well. Now here on the right, we've got Cad Bane. Right, hello. Is that what Cad Bane sounds like? Missy. Not really at all. With Cutthroat, Proton Cannons, Cluster Missiles, Overtune Modulators, and Xandu Blood Title. And then we've got Mr. Splurge, Dirgy Splurge with Proton Cannons, Contraband Cybernetics, and Engine Upgrade. Then Nom 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 Nom, Cutthroat, Synced Lasers, and Overtune Modulators. Victor Hell. Go to hell, Victor. That's what they say. With Cutthroat, Synced Lasers, and Overtune Modulators. And Dace Bonearm with Cutthroat. Lando Calrissian. This is such a good build for Jammin. Contraband Cybernetics overtuned in the Multi-Crow title. There you go. Dirge, Splurge, Sploosh. Indeed. Dirge, Splurge, Sploosh. Dirge, Splurge, Sploosh. Classic. Just making a lot of weird noises. These rogues are about to eat some Z95. You think so? They're about to have Z95 for breakfast, lunch, and din din. Who here says? Who here raise your hand if you guys say din din when referring to dinner, or as the common folk in Britain call it, supper. There he is. There's some guy in a suit here. Ooh, are you playing? Is some guy in a suit playing music? Oh, the microphone. I hear a microphone being picked up. Some guy in a suit, not to be confused with a woman in a t-shirt. And it's a different player in this league. Thank you. You can buy my DVD in the lobby. I call it food. Want some food? Let's grab food. You know what, JJ? It's din din, and that's the only correct way to refer to dinner. Is din din. So you're banned from the league for that. Actually, I've decided. So round 2 here coming up. Let's take a look at the positioning of Scum and Republic here. So looks like we're poised here to go fast and straight towards this top objective, and then we could see Dace Bonearm. It's like we'll see him either do a 2 or 3 bank here, or even a 1 bank if he wants to get real daring. Now, does Cad decloak? I would imagine he does. Now, Victor Hell gonna have to be careful. What the hell, he might say, if he gets shot at too many times. I could see him banking and then barrel rolling whichever direction he decides to barrel roll to line up a bullseye. Nom Lom. Although Victor, I think, has synced lasers, so I don't think he needs to worry about lining up a bullseye at all. That is correct. Vic will take the obstructed shot 10 out of 10. Let me take a look at Victor's ability. To defend if you did not roll exactly 2 defense dice, the attacker gains a stress. Like, same ability. Right on. Victor is your favorite boy? Really? What about me? What about me, Lou? I thought I was your favorite boy. Hello there. What's up?
Oh, hey. All right. Ready to commentate.
Yeah, you made it. Not too late.
I did.
A wizard is never late, nor is he early. He arrives precisely when he means to. Same goes for a guy in a suit. A guy in a suit is never late, nor is he early.
great. That's
You
great.
you are some guy in the suit, the whites.
I
You have
I am. I totally am.
you have come back to us now at the turn of the tide.
Indeed.
How are you?
I'm doing well.
Yeah, good. You guys had an exciting finish to your week last week. Got your first win.
We definitely did. I'm happy about that.
Yeah. No, you guys. Mo 718. I know him. He's played on our stream a few times. I looked at your guys' team and was like, this could be a sleeper team here. You guys rebounded well after week 1.
Yes. I'm happy about that.
Yeah, and GG's on you got your first one of the season too.
Yes.
Pretty handily, I think, too.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
All right.
And here we are, week 3.
Yeah.
What's up, Matt B?
Wild
Somebody
to think about. We're already on week 3.
I know, right? Yeah, this season will go by fast. I know it's 8 weeks, but also we have nothing else to do, and it's super chill and fun. So it'll go by fast, and yeah, the bounties and everything keeps things fresh. The interleague play makes things interesting. My opponent and I have agreed to not play meta list tomorrow. We're playing it's Rebels versus Empire on Scramble. We're both playing 4-ship lists. We've decided, and we banned Vader. We banned Wedge. We banned what else did we ban? The B-Wings. We banned Jendon. And Tomax. Yeah, so
does that include Vader crew?
There's just gonna be no form of Vader in the list, yeah.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Can't wait to see what that looks like.
Yeah, I'm gonna be bringing Whisper. So.
Oh, that sounds so fun.
Yeah, so if y'all want to catch that game, it'll be interesting. It'll be on NCX tomorrow, probably around between 6:45 start time, depending on how fast the first game goes. That's Central time. So.
Okay. Sounds fun. My next game would be tomorrow around 8 Central time. Not streamed,
nice.
but
you could stream. I always recommend streaming in the Discord if you want people to jump in and watch you. So people will jump in and watch.
I mean, let me check with my opponent, but
yeah, you just do share your screen.
Yeah, I mean, I'm open to it.
Yeah, it's a good community thing. It gets people involved. It's always nice as a Discord owner to see people active watching each other play and stuff. Like, it makes me feel good.
Oh yeah, I've jumped in on a couple games myself.
Been a little Snoopy Snoop.
Yeah. Yeah. A little disappointed that I couldn't watch my or couldn't co-commentate or watch my teammates game. I was busy with
yeah, that was a tough matchup. That's there's really absolutely nothing you can do about that game. Going up against Republic, triple arcs on Assault at the Satellite Array is kind of a recipe for not winning fairly often.
Yeah.
Wardy does not accept your apology, though. He says he needs more cheerleaders, so I think we can just pin the loss on you for that one.
Wardy, I'm sorry, Wardy. I was cheering for you in spirit.
Yes. Who would have thought that Rebel Jag, 4-ship Rebel Jag, wasn't enough to defeat 5-ship meta Republic? Or was it 6-ship? It was 6 ships. Sorry. Apologies. 6-ship meta Republic. 4 rogues in this economy. Maui, what's up, man? Shout out to Maui, who's also keeping the game alive with. He's got a points doc you guys can play test as well. Give him some love. Now he's also a part of the X-Wing Alliance.
Double shoutouts to Maui for being part of the X-Wing Alliance.
Maui Wing.
I did catch the first game of Wardy's that he did on stream, though. I caught that one. So Wardy, you had a cheerleader then.
Yeah, he won that game, didn't he? Yeah, he did.
Yeah, I think he did.
Oh yeah, he against our team. That's right. Against the 312 crew, he beat Daniel like by 1 point because he played the objective. So it was pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody watching. Welcome to the 312 Team League coverage Monday. Happy Monday. This is the only way we can really make Monday fun is doing something like this.
Exactly.
Run, Jedi, run. Run, Jedi, run. Yeah, be afraid of the scum list. Do you need to get into the... Are you in?
Be afraid of the scum list.
Oh, no, you're in.
For sure, be afraid of the scum list.
Yeah, always be afraid of the scum list.
Yeah.
So you guys are in the Italian beef division. So this is actually an interleague, or not interleague. This is an interdivision game. So this game has absolutely no weight on what you would want to see win or loss for either team.
Yeah.
For me though, I do want Obi-Wan to win this game if I am biased for my team. Pina Jamm has won both of their series so far.
Okay, yeah. How many 2-0 teams do we have so far?
So there are 3. Okay. 4 actually. There are 4. Sorry, there's 4. The 312 crew, Pina Jamm, Pumbaa Riders, and the Horse Awakens.
Ooh. All good stuff.
Yeah, the Horse Awakens and Pumbaa Riders are the 2 teams that I'm keeping my eye out for, because the Pumbaa Riders got low-key, they got randomly assigned one of the best teams I've ever seen. Just completely random. And then the Horse Awakens is a team mostly put together from folks who have been in this Discord, but also have played on the Draft League. And they didn't get a chance to play together, but have all been friends, so they decided to make a team.
Cool.
And they played really well, yeah. And they've been playing for bounties as well, so they haven't been taking it super try hard, but they have still been winning.
Bounties are still important.
Yeah, I mean, hey, if bounties are important. They're not gonna affect your like standings, but they will. You do get like cool prizes for winning bounties, so extra incentive.
I gotta shoot for a bounty next game.
Yeah, which one do you think about it?
I'm gonna try and go for the backdraft bounty again. Thinking of the quick draw bounty too. That might be a good one to go for. One of these days.
Yeah, quick draw is a good one, because quick draw is meta viable too. Meta enough, at least. Got 2 bounties today. Congratulations, Lou. Well done. All right, so here we go. We're taking a shot here. Looks like this is range 1 from Dirge into Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan rolls enough paint. He takes 1.
All right.
Now Obi-Wan can shoot back. Or rather, Nam Lam was shooting. He captured Obi-Wan's initiative with his ability. Dirge is at the top of the board.
Oh, okay. And safe.
It's like this is Contrail shooting at a Nam Lam and completely blanking out. Rolls 2 evades anyways. Why not? So do you spend another force here, your second force for this shot? Dace, you're probably not going to hit Dace. He gets to reroll with Lando and has multiple tokens.
I would not personally do that.
Oh, you're going to be 4-star next turn. I don't think you do it. You don't do it. I don't even think it's a...
No.
Yeah. And he's fine. He would have been fine.
Yep. You don't. That was okay. Whoa, okay.
Here we go. Range 1 into Dirge. Just a crit from, looks like Slider. Dirge is okay.
All right.
So how was your weekend, man? Did you do anything interesting, exciting,
Pretty good.
thrilling, near-death experiences?
Oh no, maybe not near-death experiences, but I went to an in-person small X-Wing store tournament on
Oh, okay.
Saturday.
How'd that go?
Third of 5. Not bad.
So, someone had to have a bye. That sucks. That always sucks. An odd number.
I had to have a bye.
Gotcha.
Which?
How many games did you play? 3?
Yeah, 3 total. So, yeah, everyone played 3. So, except the people who had the bye.
Yeah, of course, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Dude, there's nothing, man. Even like when you're playing like points that are a little more stale, there's nothing beats putting those ships on the board in front of you. Obi-Wan is down to 1 hole.
Yeah. Not great.
And all of a sudden, Obi-Wan is 4-starved. We could see the end of Obi-Wan here, maybe. 2 dice on 3, on 4 rather. Only 1 hit though. Obi-Wan is fine.
He's fine.
And I believe that's gonna be it. So it'll be 2-1 objectives for Scum here, heading into round 3. What we got? Oh yeah, that shot is out. And
see, Wordy says I'm only 1 off finishing the Rebel bounties. Hey, good job, man.
Yeah, he's got a lot of points too. He's like over 1,500.
Oh, wow.
Obi-Juan has never lost Obi-Wan. Ah, ha, ha, ha. Play on words there. Nicely said. Well said.
Yes. Yes.
Get a post on our Facebook feed because Facebook lets you do stories. Just a picture of the stream setup here for the social media.
Okay.
You guys do sometimes go on the Zuckerberg Facebook site and haven't liked us yet. Like our page. We post updates and fun stuff, event information, and random things on there. Which, speaking of events, we do have an extended tournament in person with some awesome community prizes on July 13th in the city here, Chicago.
That sounds very fun, and you should all go to it.
Yes, everybody should go. Let's just all of a sudden get like 150 signups and freak me out a little bit.
I love that.
Yeah, just
150 signups. Get
put the pressure on.
In. I don't know. Can you double dip like that? To get my league game in for the tournament.
I mean, if it was against your opponent, I would totally allow that. That would be so cool.
Yeah, I would totally be fine with that.
You could totally double dip. That would be great. You could get it on stream too in person. It would be like the most. It would be the most like 3-1-2 Inception thing ever.
That would be awesome. I love this idea. So somebody do it.
Somebody do it. Yeah, Micah can't, but someone else can.
Yeah, that's true.
There will be a few people playing that are in the league, so
maybe they'll play each other anyway. I don't know.
Yeah, right. Manipulate the pairings to make it happen.
Yeah.
So that was an interesting turn because these rogues, like, I mean, one of them has 3 strain tokens, no big deal. The other one has 2, but they did almost kill Obi-Wan, which almost seems like a headline thing, but we'll see if.
Yeah, I mean,
I think
it does kind of look like the Jedi are heading into a kill box. If they weren't there already.
R4P17 really only being a factor for like bombs. I didn't realize it was that bad.
Bombs or debris.
That's also true, yeah. Or rocks, I guess any obstacle.
Yeah.
Going to a GT in 2 weeks gonna be weird flying meta after playing in this league. Yeah, you're welcome and I'm sorry at the same all at once.
I hear you there.
Yeah, they really should have just waited. I was on the Sith Takers podcast earlier today, and shout out to them for having me on. It was a lot of fun, and I kind of just asked the obvious question. It's like, why didn't they just wait until after Worlds before announcing that the game was going to be like done? It's just such a weird way to. It just flattens people's motivation to go, even more than it already was.
Yeah, I mean, I will say, for what it's worth, I've seen a lot of the sentiment of, hey, let's all go to like whatever GTs we can and give it one last hurrah, just so somebody knows we're still out here, we're still a strong community.
JJ, that doesn't make any sense because we would have whined the entire time. Now we're whining about multiple things, not just the stale meta, but now we're whining about the fact that they killed the game. And by killed the game, true. I mean that from OP support perspective, the game will be far from dead. People will keep playing this game because it's great. But
oh yeah.
I mean, it would have been smarter from a business perspective for them to just like shadow kill the game without anyone knowing, and then announce that they were done after Worlds. It still would have sucked.
Oh, of course.
There's no way to deliver that news and for it to be, to taste sweet. Like it's bad, but.
Yeah, I think I would be bummed about that no matter what, or no matter when it came.
Yeah. I do think we will be the number one, if not near the top at Worlds, Lou. All right, so round 3 is commencing here. Commence primary ignition.
All right.
It's time for the Jedi to start beating up these rogues. So many strain tokens out there.
Yeah, like I'd be a little worried if I were the rogues too, and if I were the Jedi. But we'll see who should be more worried in a moment.
Showing to a GT, he's like thanking a cop for giving you a ticket. Sav, I don't that would cause some PR issues if they did something like that. That's a level. I mean, unless they really actually needed to prioritize space for other games and had to cut down on a game, then it would make sense. But them to limit it to 32 players at Worlds, there's no way they would do something that petty, especially if they're making money off of the entry in some capacity. I don't know how much money they would make, but that would be sales that they would lose if that were the case. So. As a parting gift for X-Wing Valley. Gosh. They will not be doing that. I would be surprised if they were that petty. So we're gonna continue to try to scramble stuff back. So Juan takes the bottom, he takes the top. Middle one still is Jammin's right now. And now my question is Chopper erratic? Can he start jamming? Jammin. He is not. He still has one charge left.
Not. He's got one charge.
Start clearing those strain.
See, Lou says at least we'll always have X-Wing at Adepticon. True.
Yep. Well, it depends on how you would interpret, like, would AMG interpret it as an embarrassing upstage if just a bunch of people showed up, because they already knew that a lot of people were going to show up based on, you would think that a lot would show up based on last year.
Mhm.
this turnout, or rather this year's turnout, right? So,
Yeah.
but is that is that embarrassing to them, or are they just like, oh yeah, people like this game? We always knew that. And yeah, Obi-Wan yeets out of there. He says, absolutely not. No, thank you. Hello there. Hello there.
Goodbye then.
We might be trying to block in Anakin.
Yeah, what do you do if you're Anakin? Do you... Ooh. Alright, good move from Flo there.
Mm-hmm. Don't think he lines up bullseye, though. He could barrel roll if he wanted.
I don't think so. Yeah, it could barrel roll.
Contrail gets blocked. That's 3 shots in a contrail.
I'd be a little nervous about that if I were Contrail.
Yep. He does have the extra shield, but will that be enough? Who knows? And probably just scramble back, I would imagine. Dirge. Don't think Dirge is lighting up a proton cannon on Plo. I mean, would a boost light up the bullseye? I think you just scramble. You do. Yeah.
It'd be close. I think.
I don't think so. I think that was the right call.
The scramble back, yeah.
Oh, nice 4K there. Anakin gets out of everybody's firing arc with the 4K.
Cool.
Unfortunately, he doesn't line up. Well, he lines up bullseye on Nam Lam, who I don't think has taken any damage yet. No, he's not.
No, but I think he's still got a strain out there. Yeah. Oh.
Sherman says, you guys ready for some new tricks? You ever heard of a GT? It's like a WT, but with an SC vibe. You should bring whipped cream and a grapefruit, but if you have to ask, you can't afford it.
Okay.
Barry Bafferdath, head of AMG, X-Wing, probably. That's a friendly bump from Contrail, was it? I think he was overlapping Nam Lam.
Yeah, I saw him overlapping.
Yeah. These two would catch that in the chat. They're seasoned TTS veterans. It does say only enemy ships in the chat log, so. I really wish AMG had passion for something other than, man, I mean, at this point, it's just so, these talking points are all just so tired. Not that I still agree with them, but it's hard to feel, why are we not rolling in the box? Box! Move him in the box. There we go. That's a pretty ridiculous roll.
That is good.
Nam Lam is an I5, and that is 3 damage in Nam Lam, 2 shields. If you're wondering why he only rolled 1 die, it was strained from overtuned modulators. What I was going to say is that it's hard to feel, it's hard for AMG to come off as passionate when they have like nobody working for them and they're just not a good studio.
Yeah. Isn't it something like AMG has 8 people?
Yeah, it's so tiny. It's way smaller than FFG, and FFG is super tiny.
Like, more people absolutely would have helped.
I didn't get to hear your whole rant because I wasn't a sub till now. Thank you, Lou.
Plo-Koon, no bullseye.
I mean, Harry Nick put it pretty succinctly. It's like AMG over the last like 4 years we've known them. They have created net zero games. They've killed Armada and X-Wing and created Shatterpoint and what's the other game? Why am I drawing a blank? No, they didn't create Legion. Wasn't there another game that they made? I don't know. But either way, they're at net zero. So that's not good. If you're creating games as soon as they die. Shot from Plo, no, probably not doing anything. He's once again debating. He's going to spend his force. Wow. Okay. No, I'm just going to take it.
Yeah.
Down to 3. But now you try to kill Contrail here. It's a good chance.
Yes, absolutely.
Sync lasers, do you get the range bonus? I don't think so, right? No, you do not.
No, you
just 1.
This is
dead to rights, doesn't matter. That first shot not doing any damage is probably gonna keep Contrail alive. You could get something into Plo though. No, not with that roll.
Spoke too soon.
Lou said, I did some, well, actually, sorry, this is Sherman first saying, I picked up Shatterpoint recently. I too love games that you have to, oh man, why is the chat from? I have to do slow mode if this is gonna work. Okay, you have to, I too love games that you have to paint when you get them. The other day I had nostalgia and bought Risk Classic. Proceeded to paint all my armies. His Necromancer's like 40k. Problem is apparently the colors matter in Risk. Okay, buddy. Well, I don't know. I don't know if I could say they're only paint hobbyists, because unless, is Shatterpoint a bad game? It seems like people enjoy it for the most part. But there's they also have said there's something like missing from it. It feels like there's like something missing.
I feel like I have heard mostly good things about Shatterpoint.
Yeah.
Though I
mean, I'm gonna give credit where credit is due. Not that I'm looking to do it, but like if everyone says the game's actually pretty good, I'm not gonna say, oh, they don't know how to design a game.
Yeah.
All 17 players. That's the problem though, is that like the buy-in is high, and who are you gonna play it with if you do buy into it? So you can't kill anything in Shatterpoint. Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely like, not that we need, you know, that kind of level of violence where everything dies, but you're just used to it because that's just how it works in battle. Like things die.
True. Ooh.
No, I'm down to 1.
Mon is definitely going to be limping out of this one.
Yeah, so 2-1 objectives for J-Krewz this time, as it's now tied 3-3. Not a good turn for Jammin.
No.
He did not do like any damage, really. Hey, Matt, thanks for the Twitch Prime sub. Jeff Bezos and I thank you, sir. Or rather, I thank you for using Jeff Bezos' money. Maybe he doesn't thank you, even though this is obvious. Never was Jeff Bezos' money. We just wish it were. There's also effectively no points cost for things. Vast majority of models cost the same amount, so balance is interesting.
That's for
Shatterpoint.
Okay.
Yeah. So do you just buy that? Is there hope with that game is that they design it, they sell it, and they just walk away from it? And besides making just like new cool stuff to buy and paint, like not balance the game, like is it really even like truly a competitive game? Yeah, I mean, I don't think they're bad. I wouldn't say they're bad. Anything that happened with X-Wing doesn't have to do with, let me rephrase that, because that's not going to be 100% accurate. The reason why X-Wing didn't work out is not because they didn't have that they had people who had no idea how to do game design. That's not the reason why X-Wing like fell apart. Do I think they poorly designed some of these SLs? Yes, 100%. But like, that's not the reason why the game died in their eyes. The reason the game died in their eyes is that, and well, really what matters is in our eyes, because their eyes are going to just, you know, use corporate jargon, but it didn't make them enough money. They didn't put any effort into trying to make them money because they didn't really, it was a competitive game. They didn't understand or really devote enough time to get to know. They tried to to plug some holes in a leaky boat that wasn't theirs is like doing your neighbor a favor, you know?
Yeah.
Manny, what other AMG games have you played? Just curious, since you know so much about Atomic Mass games. I'm putting you on the spot. This sounds like me defending them when I say that, but I really just am putting him on the spot. He's played the waiting game. It's probably enough. This turn, the rogues can probably scramble that bottom point safely. Anakin, though, I mean, Anakin's probably going to try to chase down Nomlam down to one hole. I believe I think he's down to one hole, or is that a stack of 2 damage cards? Or maybe he's got 2 left. I thought there were 4 damage cards. It looks like he's down to 2 hole.
Yeah, 2 hole.
Still, you could have looks like Plo Koon could safely fit a 1 hard as well if you wanted to turn into Nomlam.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you're Nomlam, you just like hit the gas and go fast as you can, and hope the Republic is either too slow to catch you or doing something else.
Mm-hmm. They do like Legion. JJ posted in Harry Nick's Discord pictures of the mini, or what is it, the mini extravaganza or whatever, like lineup, and I was like, dude, this is like you posting pictures of my ex-girlfriend's Instagram posts.
Yeah, I can kind of see that.
Where did you post that? Is that in general? JJ, it's like you posted my ex's IG post here. Yeah, because it's just like Crisis Protocol, Legion Roadmap, Crisis Protocol. It's just like, it's so weird to see like 2 game, like they have the license for Marvel and Star Wars, and their big extravaganza is about 2 games.
Yeah, that's
so wild. Like, if that doesn't speak,
low.
If that doesn't speak to the failures of them as a studio. What's your ex's Insta? Which one? Which one, Matt? Heyo.
Womp. Alright, so that was probably the correct move from Nomlam.
Yeah, and I mean, immediately just takes the point back.
Yeah.
If there only was a way to kind of solve scrambles so that it evened things out for lower initiative ships. I was thinking today, like, not that I would implement any of this, but it would be interesting to think about, like, if you scramble something that has already been scrambled by your opponent, you have to like take a stress, or like some sort of like, there has to be some sort of game effect that matters, like that, just because otherwise it's just you get rewarded for being higher initiative and your opponent gets nothing, and that sucks.
Yeah.
But there isn't really a foolproof way to kind of resolve that or fix that, you know?
Yeah, I mean, as much as I do enjoy the scenarios and think they bring something to the game, like, the scenarios probably are a large part of why the current meta is trending so much towards higher initiative ships.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, besides salvage, everything else just favors higher initiatives. Scramble's really the only one that deliberately is affected by the road roll. Like, I have lost way too many games because of road, because of on scramble. Just moving first and having something taken back from you is, you know, like, there's just nothing you can do about it, and you're at a net negative where your opponent's at a net positive in those situations.
Yeah, so I do wonder if there's any future community plans in the works to retool the scenarios. in any way.
Yeah, everything's on the table. I mean, that's what
Yeah.
I can tell you right now from what
Okay.
I know being involved myself. But Sherman's saying lower initiatives get to block and cause bumps. That's the counter. Okay. Fly better. Got it.
I guess.
I mean, it's just if you could just fly over things and just scramble back, it doesn't. You just to me, I kind of know when someone's going to try to block me and scramble. Like usually you can kind of tell. On bench intimidation. Oh boy.
Okay, so Plo not going after.
I would just remove the range 0 shot, Maui. That already makes it more strategic, blocking people.
One suggestion I heard recently was make all bumps friendly bumps. That way you have to be a little more careful about bumping people.
Oh, that's intense.
Which is kind of intense, yeah.
Make all bumps friendly bumps.
I mean, I get where there's a certain kind of logic to make all bumps the same.
Yeah, no, I hear you. Tyler's saying that he's been playing Wild Space where scenarios are present but not nearly as strong as 2.5 objectives. It's a better balance. Yeah, that's the other thing is that there's definitely like it's salvage when somebody has 4 crates in one turn. I mean, that's 20% of the game right there being scored in one turn without even a ship going down.
And also, like a lot of 4 ship lists, not great at salvage. It turns out.
Yeah.
Is what it is.
True.
Is what it is. You just kind of have to hope that someone isn't going to out salvage you, but sometimes it just happens.
Should cause an electro proton bomb to go off at the side of the bump. I think that would be great. I feel removing the range 0 shot punishes the blocker at least as much as the blocky. Well, I see that. The other thing though is just like if you're setting up a block and you have like 1 or 2 hull and you block and then they just kill you at range 0, it just that feels like so anti-strategic as well. So them not being able to shoot you is in some way going to. But the red focus thing, in 2.0, the whole idea of the blocking was you prevented people from getting actions and you pounced on a ship that you blocked.
Wardy says, "Talk to me about grabbing salvage crates and running."
Yeah, that's true. You did, Wardy. Game 1, you did nicely done, or week 1, you did that nicely. All right, here we go. We're trying to finish off Nom Lom. Oh, Nom, rolling those evades.
Good job, Nom Lom.
Yeah, I was thinking I would say take a deplete so you don't get punished defensively, but the next turn you would have to do a blue to clear it and get your full attack dice back. So like in this world, in that world, you would still be able to roll the number of dice you roll at range 0, but then you would take a deplete after taking that shot.
Okay.
Some people I know, like Tony, like Innkeeper, I was talking to him at LVO. He said take a deplete to take the shot.
Oh yes, I remember that.
Yeah,
I remember that clip.
Which to me, in my opinion, is if we're gonna go that far, if we're gonna go more than halfway, just get rid of it altogether. Taking a deplete to you're like 1 die, rolling 1 die against somebody, you know. But it's not a bad idea.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's not a bad idea at all.
Yeah, capping the damage, no crits would work, but then people are gonna say, well, for salvage mission, you need that RNG so you can knock off the crate. But man, taking crits at range 0, no, everybody feels bad. I can't remember who said it, but someone said everyone just feels bad taking or dealing damage at range 0. It just feels so unnatural, and it is. It's one thing that I thought that just didn't make sense.
There's one idea I've heard that was just you only get 1 damage after a range 0 shot.
Yep. Yeah, that's one suggestion in the chat. Capping.
Yeah. Oh, that's what they meant by that. Okay.
Slider, it takes 2 shields.
Let's see. Maui says taking a damage from a range 0 doesn't feel bad, but taking a ton of damage does. I would agree with that.
Yeah, I mean, it's all for me. It's all confirmation bias. But like when I'm playing, custom Luke or the days when I could or Wedge or whatever, and I have a focus and somebody rolls 2 hits on 3 attack dice and I roll 1 paint and take 2 damage. It's just like, and there, boom, my shields are gone. It's just like so. It's very case by case where it just feels a lot worse for very specific chassis and specific instances, but like the Ghost versus the Decimator, right? Both are 0 agility ships. The Decimator effectively always gets reinforced with Dauntless, or puts itself in a position to be able to get it as much as possible, even no matter if it blocks or not. The Ghost is just hampered once it gets in the fight. If it can't clear a maneuver, and oftentimes it can't, it starts to bump into friendlies. It's rolling for friendly damage, no reinforce, range 0 shots, whether it has it or not. You'd be lucky to get a reinforce when you're dealing with range 0 shots in general. All right, Wardy. Good night. Good morning. You're welcome.
Good day.
But bump focus has to go to. I mean, I would welcome the idea of removing the red focus if the entire meta and all the points and everything in the game was revamped so that your average ship count went down to like 3 or 4. And if you did have 5 ships in your list, you had like a lot of low power, lower efficiency stuff in it, or a couple of those pieces. Then like blocking and stuff is more strategic again, because there's just so many ships. There's 10 to 12 ships total on the board at a time. The bump red focus thing just makes sense to me, at least from a defensive perspective. I don't like how you can cheese it with like Wedge being able to still take a lock, like stuff like that pisses me off, but I get it.
Are post AMG erratas on the table, if you can say?
Erratas are always tough. I would say that they're possible.
Okay.
No one, it's a committee based thing, so we're right now. I mean, again, without me like leaking much, and there isn't too much to leak right now or talk about anyways, but to kind of tease you guys and get you guys excited, like we're looking at something that's more like a next step approach in the more short term, and then having a more long-term sustainable plan beyond that. So we're being mindful of the fact that there is an OP season that a lot of people that are in the X-Wing community that's still want to go to and participate in. I personally am not as incentivized, but that doesn't mean other people aren't. So we're not trying to like confuse or disrupt. We're trying to pay respect to that as much as we can while also being productive. So it's a little bit of a balance you have to strike.
Yeah, I assume there's still going to be a decent turnout at the GTs.
Yeah, I would be surprised if more people turned out. I think once like Worlds comes around, like Gen Con, like stuff like that, you might see more people. But I played at Gen Con last year, and it was like 3 heats, 3 different days of Swiss, and it was like total was like 80 people total. Oh, wow. And that was and that was before they announced the game was dead, with all this cool new prize support for the World Open qualifiers. So there's just a lot working against it, right? Mm-hmm. And the for these bigger conventions, like the only one in the Midwest is Gen Con for us here, and the cost to get in and play is so high compared to some of the smaller events.
I was actually kind of surprised that California and Chicago didn't get GTs.
Oh, California didn't get one either? I didn't even... I didn't.
Apparently not. Like Golden State Games is not an official GT.
That sucks, man. The last 2 years I've gone to GSG because I'm from California, so I go and see my family and playing the GT, and that's the thing is just like they told a lot of people that like sorry you couldn't get it, but like apply next year, and then they're like, by the way, game's dead. So I think there was some miscommunication between the OP people and the suits making the decision, the decision makers, some guys in suits.
Yes, yes, very well done. Well done. I applaud that.
That's too bad. And Anchorage, Alaska gets one, which is like cool for them, but what the hell? Like what?
Yeah, that was surprising to hear. But you know, cool. I'm glad they have a GT. I guess.
Nom Lom lives to kill Slider. Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
Maui blocking 1 point of Dengar into a rock for multiple rounds, eating my fragile ace over rock to block Lando, double intimidating a TIFO to make it roll 0 green dice. That's pretty amazing. Double intimidating. The fact that you could compound the game effect is pretty funny to me. Are we getting a talent roll here? What are we moves? Yes,
we are.
Obi-Wan still on one hole there. That's 4 points for Jammin if you can get it somehow. Just readjusting the talent roll final position. The amount of 2.5 tournament and 2.5 attendance is dropping in 2023. About 240 tournaments had happened by the end of June. 2024 has had just over 150. Yeah, I mean that's pretty stark too. And I mean, to be fair, when you don't have official store champ kits, there are no store champs. Like we're doing one just because we want people to play extended and have some fun, because it's like our duty as like a bigger X-Wing community and channel to keep providing that opportunity to play, and I or at least I feel it is. And
yeah,
but yeah, I mean there are going to be less events when there are just like no store champs, but that data still matters.
I do think that having people turn up to just any kind of tournament at all I would think that would probably be a good thing for going forward.
Mm-hmm. What stinks is like running an unofficial event. I've already we've sold out within like a few weeks before the event, and I think we only have like 11 or 12 people this time. And we have always sold out our events easily. So I'm feeling it. I'm feeling the interest wane a little bit, even though I do appreciate those who are committed to still coming and playing with us. It means a lot. Are you allowed to call it Worlds after this year?
As far as I'm concerned, you are.
Sure. You're allowed to call whatever you want. Who's gonna stop us? The police. Whoop whoop! It's the sound of the police. So yeah, it doesn't look like Obi-Wan's gonna be taking any shots. There's actually a lot of not shooting this turn. I mean, Contrail and Boost almost look like they're not on the board the way they're set up. It almost looks like they've been set aside, but they both will have shots on like these rogues.
Yeah. Let's see. No shots from the Jedi. Um,
Not a ton of time left
maybe.
either. Maybe 2 or 3 rounds left.
Yeah, maybe Slider has a shot on the Nom Lum there.
Oh yeah, that'd be surprising if he
Maybe.
did.
Yeah, I
It's
think he's
it's
just
possible.
shots there.
Not sure who the choice is. It's like range 3. 1 hit. Spend. Bash. 3 evades. Okay. Oh, if Cat having a shot on Obi-Wan would be insane. He does have an evade.
Yeah.
But with overtuned modulators, you don't get to apply the range bonus. He does. He does.
Ooh, and no range bonus for Obi.
Yeah, as long as he still has the calcs.
I think he does. Sure does.
Yeah, he does. How many? It just depends on how many does he have. He has enough to be able to still have a calculate after using one.
Yeah.
And he's, Plo is going to spend his force to do his ability. You don't see very often. Sends the extra evade over to Obi-Wan. So Obi-Wan would need to roll. Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. He's not even getting shot at. Obi-Wan would have to blank out or roll multiple, like roll 3 eyeballs to die here, assuming 3 hits come through. Gonna Plo his load. Very funny there, Matt. That was a good one. You're becoming more like me every day, Matt. I hope you're proud of yourself. You should be. I am. I'm proud of you. Always. All right, here we go. Show me some crazy dice. Oh, never mind.
Oh.
He rolled a blank. Yes.
Yeah.
And he rolls. He spends an evade. He's fine. Spends 2 evades. Sure. Jerk. Has Victor taken any damage? Cat hasn't taken any damage either, has he? No, he hasn't.
No, don't believe so. Let's see, non-one. Any ship taking damage on the scum side is non-one.
More evades. Good greens for both players here. Does Slider have a shot? Did they already check?
Yeah, they already checked. Slider
Okay.
was. Non-one was out. Slider was also out.
Now boost. Booster shot. Or maybe not. No, he has not. Boost shooting now or 1 hit. Strained. Victor Hell will spend his evade.
Yep.
And wow, a clean sweep of objectives for Obi-Wan here. 7-5. Heading into round 5.
Round 6, right?
Are they one behind me? Oh, they will be heading to round 6. Yep. I was 1 behind. Classic me.
Yeah, it's all good.
Here comes Dace to get Annie. Well, Annie's in good shape health-wise. It's gonna have to, he's got to get. I think you're getting it confused because Annie probably should be colored yellow at the base, but this is actually Obi-Wan. It actually bothers me that Anakin's color is red. This makes more sense for him to be yellow.
Yeah, really, that is a little off-putting.
Default colors, yeah, it's strange. I'm not sure what they're doing though. They're still taking their time with something. Back to dials. 7-5. They haven't added up the points yet, but well, soon I assume.
Yeah. I mean, we know.
Blackberry Jam with a paragraph here. Long term, what is going to hurt interest is the lack of ships, starter kits, etc. X-Wing is a tremendous gateway game to the world of miniatures and getting people who have never played tabletop games like me. That was me. X-Wing is the only tabletop game I've played. Got into gaming because of X-Wing. Has never played tabletop games to the table. Is so crucial in growing the hobby as a whole right now. Collectively, we are all tending to look at this from the existing player base and our own personal needs. Hopefully during this transition, you can collectively find ways to grow the game. That is going to be the challenge, is growing the game. A lot of people are selling their collections though. Conversion kits are on sale. And there are a million ways to find to get something to use as an objective marker, or to get an objective markers. So here's the thing though, Blackberry Jam, which is interesting. Despite there being like some AMG product like on the shelves, most game stores, this X-Wing wasn't selling for a while, right? So a lot of the game stores weren't carrying it as much, if any at all, anymore. Not, plenty were still. I've met several that were still carrying X-Wing. But the big thing was it was already our responsibility to grow the game even before it was announced that it wasn't going to be supported anymore, because the squad building has been by the community. Before the core sets came out not that long ago, all of it was on us to point people where to go for the rules and erratas and everything. Now that these 2 of 7 faction core sets did come out, there's a little bit more guidance on how to play the game with scenarios. That came out too little too late. So I feel like this isn't going to be too big of a challenge for us, as any more of a challenge for us than it already has been, because so much of this has been our own duty to get people into the game, because the assets, resources, and clarity on where to go hasn't been there. So yeah, the buy-in will not be too expensive. I think it's really just the awareness of the game, just making people aware it exists and that people play it, and pointing people the right direction as to where to go. Yeah, that sucks. I'm sorry to hear that. So 10 minutes left. This might be the last turn. We've kind of grinded to a little bit of a churn here.
Yeah, I'd be a little surprised if we had one more turn after this, but
yeah, at this pace, like they were still shooting when 10 minutes ago, or starting to shoot like 10 minutes ago almost. So very long cleanup phase there. So
thinking this is it, and the goal for Jammin would probably be to claim all the objectives.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult. I mean, Dirge facing the wrong way. You have Dace facing the wrong way. What you really kind of need to do if you're Jammin is find a way to get Obi-Wan off the board, get those 4 points, scramble the bottom point, but then Anakin's going to take that back from you. So,
oh yeah,
it's tough. I don't see a way that he can get more than 1 point here.
Yeah.
Jammin losing on stream, very rare. He almost always wins. But him bringing a bit of a janky list, the rogues, just the firepower is sort of. I want to play these ships more often, and then I watch games like this where I'm like, man, they just like, it's just tough to get to, especially going up against these 4.3 force 3 agility evading Jedi. My goodness.
Yeah, the Jedi are really, really good for how they're built and priced.
Yep.
I think.
Yeah, and our custom points, we made SOC Anakin 5, but also made the custom version of Anakin in the 8F better with like an extra cannon slot.
Mhm.
So he could take like proton cannons or sync laser cannons. It's tough because
that's
the
pretty
Ada
good.
itself, like I think some of the other Ada pilots are totally reasonable at 4, but Anakin, I don't know. I didn't think so.
Anakin's maybe a little too good at 4.
Obi-Wan seems fine.
At 4, yes, I agree.
It's also just the regen stuff, right? Like Anakin technically has like 5 health.
Oh
Because
yeah,
he can
with
easily
R2D2,
regen
yeah.
without sacrificing an action, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I totally get the arguments for bumping SOC Annie up to 5. Like, I get it.
Yeah. So I think we got a, with Cat, we must have gotten a contraband stop claim. Right? Is that what happened? Or rather from Dace? Because, or is Dace...
That
How did he claim the center? I think
must have been like a contraband stop.
Yeah, but he doesn't have a stra.
Oh, maybe he just didn't move that much? Oh, there it is. There's a stress.
Oh, okay, cool. And taken right back.
Yeah.
5 straight contrail blocked. Better. Do you have a turnaround here from Dirge, who has proton cannons? Is he gonna be able to line up a bullseye? Oh, I think so. Maybe. Looks slow. Maybe not. I don't know. I don't think so.
That
angle is tricky. The more I look at it, the more I think no, but
yeah, I really can't tell.
And Anakin spends a force to do a purple talon and bump, so that's a big point there for Jammin. Because if Jammin can kill Obi and get a point scramble, he'd go up to 10. It would be 7 to 9. Whoa. Range 0. Ouchies and natties. My goodness.
Yeesh.
From Victor Hell. Yeah, no, you're right, Blackberry Jam. I do think we're actually really deep in the shit when it comes to bad design power creep stuff with how SLs, for the most part, interact with other parts of squads or themselves.
Yeah, I would say that, especially with Battle Over Endor, power creep has definitely become more of a problem that I've noticed.
Yeah. I mean, so Namlam is going to be a 5 because he does have Obi-Wan in his front arc, which really helps with trying to kill. Boost is going to boost because he did a blue. That all makes sense. It helps when you're trying to kill Slider. That's another way to win this game too. Didn't even mention Slider's 2 points out there. He's on 2 hull.
Yeah, let's see. Nam Lam is going to go into...
But just like the B-Wings, you just look at, you read that card, those cards, you're like, what is all of this? This is ridiculous. And bye, Slider. There goes Slider. 3 and a Slider, and now it's tied 7-7. So a lot of this is going to come down to Obi-Wan now. And that shot into him. Does he have bullseye? He does have bullseye.
Yes. Proton cannon.
And he has, it's double modded. He has a lock. And he's going to spend it. And he's going to get everything he needs. Yep. And that's it.
Ooh.
Jammin.
Hey.
From the jaws of defeat, snatches victory here. 11-7. Unbelievable.
That was a really impressive
Jammin
shot.
continuing to win on stream. Yeah, seriously. Setting up that lock earlier. There's just way too much on those things to process. Yep. Way too much on those things to process. And the fact that strategically being able to drop bombs out of 3 of the 4 parts of your base is horrendous. It's awful. I don't care if it's thematic. Some things shouldn't be in the... Like, technically, you know what's thematic? Vader can kill anybody with 1 shot. That would be thematic, but we're not going to input that in the game.
No, absolutely not.
So, like, you know, just because it's thematic doesn't mean design-wise for the balance of the game doesn't work. The B-Wings are... They're just too good, man. Too much stuff. Like bombs, double modded torps with juke, high initiative. What's next? Can they reinforce? 12-9. What a great game, guys. Whew.
Yeah.
Jammin pulls it out. You got more bets for Jammin there. All right, Micah, any last words here to wrap up our stream? Thanks for joining me.
Oh, no problem. Keep playing, y'all. Sounds like we're gonna be in for some good stuff going forward.
Yeah. Oh, did I? Oh, no. I'm premature. They're technically still going. That is a Steve Harvey moment, but I was just letting you practice your goodbye speech, so I'm gonna let you do it again. I did pay out the bets though, so I will. Whoever bet on Obi-Wan, if he wins, I'll. Don't worry, I'll give you guys some free cash in Streamlabs. So it's 12-9. I mean, I'm looking at everything. I think Jammin has this game, so.
Yeah, I mean that caught me just as much by surprise.
Well, I'm surprised that they actually the time didn't elapse just by how slow things were moving for the last round. 3-2 scandal. I know. I'm sorry.
Mulligan.
Yeah.
But I don't know. What do you do if you're Obi-Wan?
I mean, I could double down and just end the stream, and then y'all find out that somehow Juan won. That would be really, really wild. So Namlam is a 2-hole. Plo Koon's facing the wrong way. No one's going to be able to chase Namlam this turn. Maybe Boost, but Boost. I mean, Anakin, there's a debris in the way, though.
Oh, yeah, that's... Maybe like a hard turn?
Serenity now.
Within shooting range of...
yeah. It's impressive, though. Jammin has only lost 2 shields on Victor, and that's like the extent of the damage if you don't look at Namlam. That's it.
Yeah, this hasn't been the most damage I've ever seen in a game. It certainly hasn't been the least either.
Yeah, you know what the win condition is for Juan is to get all 3 objectives and then they road roll if nothing dies. I don't see that happening with the middle point because Namlam will capture it, or Dur just can't because he's double stressed. But it seems like the middle point is uncapturable for the Republic here.
Yeah. So I think the thing to do would be hit the gas on boost, and then do like a 3 hard with Anakin, and just kind of hope Namlam is there.
It's totally a Steve Harvey moment.
Or what is it, like the oh, that one Oscars where they accidentally announced the wrong movie for Best Picture.
Yeah, Moonlight versus La La Land.
Yeah. Escaped me for a minute there, but
All right, I think we're set. Let's see if I eat my words here, thinking that this game's over. La La Land was a better picture. I thought Moonlight was as pretty and cool of a movie as it was really slow and kind of boring, TBH, which I think is going to be real rich to people hearing a white man say that, but that's just what I felt. I thought it was kind of slow. Who has which objectives right now? So Juan has 2 out of the 3. He can capture the bottom one probably pretty easily. Jammin's up by 3. He just needs to capture the middle or top point, and he'll win. So, unless Nomlam dies, which the only way Nomlam dies is if like maybe Boost kills Nomlam. But Boost has to do a blue maneuver to be able to get closer to him. Marshall Ali killed in his Roman. Yeah, I mean, I get the movie's really good. I wasn't stimulated by Moonlight the same way that obviously neither of the movies are remotely similar in any capacity, and they weren't supposed to be. But most Oscar movies are slow.
Yeah, a little bit.
Well, yeah, I mean, but like to me, like slow. I don't know, like, I mean, like, some people are gonna say that Oppenheimer was boring, but I was very stimulated by that movie. A lot of you know how much I love that movie, and that's a 3-hour movie, but it didn't feel slow.
I wouldn't even say that like a slower paced movie is a bad thing inherently. You know, some movies you just kind of have to marinate in them a little bit. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, Blackberry Jam, it's a well said. I do think that flying matters less right now. I want to bring that back. You still got to dial in the right moves, but I think you just have more flexibility and leeway because there's just so much going on. So many things you can do with your efficient pieces. Nick was captivated by Florence Pugh. I don't know, guys. Florence Pugh doesn't really do it for me. I mean, she's cool. She seems really cool. And she's pretty, but I don't know. She doesn't really do it for me. So fighting words. Everyone seems to really love Florence Pugh. Now, if I said that about Sydney Sweeney, I would probably be killed, but...
Oh, man. Maybe. I don't think I've ever actually seen either Florence Pugh or Sydney Sweeney in anything ever, so...
Florence Pugh is, like, very much, like, she is the Oscar bait actress that always gets underwritten when it comes to, like, amount of dialogue or, like... I mean, both Dune and Oppenheimer combined, she probably has like a dozen lines.
Wow. All right, we're on to the final road roll.
Here we go. Jeez, took a while.
At least
I think he's just worried about Nomlam.
Yeah, I think that's understandable.
That rock is Jammin's best friend right now. The one by Plo Koon.
Oh, yes.
Huge pal. Have you seen her in Midsummer? I have not seen her in Midsummer. That's an older movie now, isn't it? That's pre-COVID. That's a A24 like horror movie, isn't it? Probably why I didn't watch it. 2018? Okay. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, it was either it's like somewhere in the realm of 2017 to 2019, I think.
Yeah, people that... I think Hereditary and Midsummer are like the 2 A24 movies that everyone raves about, but both of those seem so disturbing to me. I could do psychological thrillers, but horror movies like that, I'm like, I don't know if I can do it. I'm a little bitch.
Fair, honestly. I know plenty of people like that. All right. Nomlam just hits
you gotta claim.
Yep.
So Anakin did do the intuitive to try to get more of a lane, but I would imagine that you're gonna try to block him with Dace. I think you have to scramble with Nom, because that bottom point will get scrambled back. Unless you're planning to try to get Dace close enough to scramble the bottom point.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think you should scramble with Nom.
Oh, I think you have to do the middle one. I think he's seeing if he's trying to see if he's in range or not. I don't know if he is.
Oh.
Because I think Plo can too hard and then I don't know if boosting gets you into range 1. Also, I think you're allowed to check either objective to see which one you can get.
That makes sense.
What are they waiting for though? That's what I'm wondering. They don't see what you guys are looking at. Did OBS freeze? No. Not this time. You scared me saying that, but it doesn't look like it. What are we waiting on? What are we doing?
Yeah, what are we waiting for?
So you just declare the scenario of action and then you can pick either one to check. Yeah, I don't think that's in range 1. Doesn't look like it. Probably ends like right there.
No. Okay.
Oh wow, he evaded. He didn't scramble.
Yeah.
Man, and for me to prematurely call this game and for it to go to road and then Juan win would be wild. Whoa, Days over the rock.
Ooh, bold.
I think that's the scramble play though. I think he's gonna scramble. Oh, he doesn't need to. He already has that point still. Love it. Can you imagine how unfair it'd be if the Ada had dead to rights?
Oh, that would be cruel.
That would be so broken. He's just hoping to block Plo. Well, Plo's going the other way, so.
Scramble.
Uh-oh, that's not good. He doesn't have any points. Oh. It's gonna be a tight game, yeah. He needed to scramble with Nom. And it needed to be the middle point. I think, yeah, no, he would have been able to get into range to take it back with fine-tuned, which is super unfair.
Yeah.
I would have ratted that. I would have ratted a fine-tuned so that you can't scramble.
That's probably fair.
Or so that you can't boost or barrel roll and then grab a crate and then grab. I mean, then again, Afterburners, you might have to look at Afterburners as well, but Afterburners has a much rarer use case than the Jedi's ability to fine-tune in the Delta 7.
Yeah, like, you're probably doing the fine-tuned at least, what, 3 times, maybe more in a game? Unlike Afterburners, where you only do it twice.
Oh my god. He's gonna try to kill Nom Lam. He's only gonna have one shot on him, it looks like.
Yep.
Nick, why have there been so many ties? Dude, I don't know why there's been so many ties. That's not normal. Is everybody that ties playing Chance? It's the only time it makes sense for there to be as many ties as there have been. It's so weird. Oh, there it is. Anakin gets everything he needs. 3.
You spend. You absolutely spend.
Spending the lock.
Well,
Oh, there's a crit. Nom he needs a natural evade. 2 crits. Natties, no! Oh my god, oh, direct. Hull breach. No, hull breach. Still alive. It's like nobody else has really taken any damage. Nobody.
yeah, so I think you kind of
Flo
have
took
to
a
kill,
shield. I never marked that on the overlay, but he has a shield down, but that doesn't matter.
Yeah, I think you have to kill Nom if you're 1.
He's just gonna try to kill Anakin. He only gets 1. Anakin should just roll a bunch of blanks right now. Oh, almost.
There's the bait.
Almost. So yeah, shout out to Tecumseh for calling me out that the game wasn't over. I just assumed they ran out of time. Oh man. Oh, it's road roll.
Right down to the wire, isn't it?
It's gotta be the road roll.
Absolutely.
2 hits.
3. Oh.
Of course. I mean, there's still 3 hits and 3 blanks would be insane. It's still possible right here. Synced lasers. Anakin only has a force. There's 3. It's possible. It takes 2. And that was the last time he's gonna get shot at. Oh my god. No way. Oh man. All right. So Boost can shoot at Nom range 3. Nom still has an evade. 2 on 3.
Yeah. You just sort of hope.
No, it looked like front arc was. I guess he didn't even check front arc. Oh, we got. What was the reroll from?
What was the reroll from?
I don't know.
It was from.
Here we go. Road roll. Jammin. Rolls 2 hits and an eyeball. 1. Rolls 3 hits. No.
It's oh.
Oh, and Jammin wins.
Yeah.
Jammin still wins.
Yeah.
Oh, poor Juan. Poor Juan. He clawed his way back, only to be denied with yet another road roll. This is like the 6th or 7th road roll decide game in over 2 weeks.
Got a thing.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's, I mean,
Good
God, what a
round.
great game.
Good last round.
It was a great last round. So the final score, 12-12. Asterisk road roll win for Jammin, as Juan got all 3 objectives to pull back, and it got Nom down to 1. He wins the game if he gets Nom.